In the deadly world of the Mexican Mafia, also known as La M, loyalty isn't just valued, it is enforced with brutal precision. Within the organization, a green light is more than just a warning, it's a death sentence. Green lights are orders to assault or kill anyone who violates La M's strict code, whether they are members, affiliates, or rival gang members. These hits are often carried out by street gangs aligned with La M or by prison associates who enforce the organization's will behind bars. Over decades, countless individuals have fallen victim to these ruthless rules, and their stories reveal the lethal grip of La M both inside and outside prison walls. Samuel Negro Vilba was one such figure, whose life illustrated both the power and peril of La M membership. Born in Artesia, California, Vilba became involved with a local street gang and quickly developed a reputation for toughness. His early criminal behavior eventually led to prison, where in 1984, while serving time for drug possession at Folsom State Prison, he was inducted into La M. Membership demanded loyalty, violence, and adherence to the gang's infamous blood in, blood out policy, a code that ensures betrayal or cowardice is punished with blood. Once a member, Vilba gained significant influence over Latino street gangs, collecting taxes from drug operations and enforcing La M's rules with an iron fist. His criminal network extended beyond prison. But by 1994, federal authorities had targeted him in a sweeping racketeering indictment. He was accused of orchestrating murders of members who had fallen out of favor, including Charles "Charlie" Brown Manriquez, whose story would later intertwine tragically with the infamous film American Me. Vilba initially evaded arrest, but was captured in 1995 and later pleaded guilty. While in prison, Vilba committed a grave violation by attacking James Ruboto, a respected elder member of La M. This unauthorized act triggered immediate retribution. Vilba was brutally assaulted by fellow inmates, sustaining life-threatening injuries. This marked his expulsion from the organization and placed a permanent green light on him, a warning that he would always be a target. After his release in 2017, Vilba's life remained precarious. Living in a homeless encampment near the 91 freeway in Long Beach, he was found shot to death on January 10, 2021. Investigations led to the arrest of Andrew Reyna, linked to the Eastside Paramount Gang, and later Jesse Galvin in April 2025. Both are believed to have carried out the execution under the standing green light, highlighting La M's relentless reach even years after a member's fall from grace. Another chilling example comes from David Galagos, who was killed by fellow La M member Rene "Boxer" Enriquez in 1989. Galagos had fled a gunfight, an act considered cowardice under La M's code. Enriquez first attempted to kill him through a heroin overdose, and when that failed, executed him with gunfire. Enriquez's violence extended further, including the murder of Cynthia Gavaldine over suspected drug theft and an audacious stabbing of Mexican Mafia leader Salvador Man Buenrostro in 1991. Convicted of murder and assault, Enriquez later defected from La M, providing law enforcement with critical insights into the organization's inner workings. Rodolfo Cheyenne Cadena, born in 1943, played a pivotal role in La M's formation. Moving from San Antonio to Bakersfield, he joined the Barrio Viejo gang and quickly became notorious for his violent prowess. A murder at age 16 led to his incarceration, and a later killing of a fellow inmate at San Quentin solidified his fearsome reputation. Alongside Joe "Peggle" Morgan, Cadena expanded La M's influence in California prisons through drug trafficking, extortion, and orchestrated violence. Attempts to form alliances with rival gangs were seen as betrayal, ultimately leading to his assassination in 1972 at the California Institution for Men, Chino. Cadena's death sparked a deadly year-long retaliation campaign, claiming 31 inmate lives, and inspired the film American Me, which would later inflame tensions between La MA members and Hollywood. Charles Charlie Brown Manriquez met a similar fate. Involved with American Me, he reportedly failed to carry out a planned prison attack, an unforgivable lapse under La M's code. Released from prison, he was shot 6 times in Los Angeles in 1992 by David Smiley and Gallardo, a hit orchestrated as punishment, underscoring the Mafia's strict code of conduct. The reach of La M is not confined to California or historical cases. Modern rivalries continue to shape the criminal landscape. The Venezuelan transnational criminal organization Tren de Aragua, known as TIDA, expanded into Latin America and the United States, provoking a green light in September 2024 for encroachment on La M-controlled territories. By February 2025, TDA was designated a foreign terrorist organization by the U.S., highlighting the ongoing clash between established prison syndicates and emerging criminal networks. The Tiny Rascal Gang, or TRARG, is a Cambodian-American street gang that emerged in Long Beach, California in 1981. Initially formed for protection against rival gangs, TRARG evolved into a sophisticated criminal organization involved in drug trafficking, assault, and murder. By the 1990s, the Mexican Mafia issued a green light against TRARG due to their refusal to pay taxes and their encroachment on Serrano territories. Despite being outnumbered and under constant threat, TRARG resisted, establishing a reputation as a resilient and formidable gang. Their defiance illustrates how Laeme enforces control beyond prison walls, using fear, violence, and strategic alliances to maintain dominance. The Lowell Street Gang, also known as Lowell Street Locos, experienced similar conflict with La M. When the gang refused to comply with directives or pay the required taxes, they became targets of a green light. Attacks surged both in prisons and on the streets, yet the gang continued to operate, demonstrating that resistance against La M came with significant risks, but sometimes also earned respect. Similarly, the Maravilla gangs of East Los Angeles, active independently since the 1950s, were green-lighted for refusing to pay tribute. These gangs maintained autonomy despite segregation in jail and continual threats, highlighting the complex interplay of power, loyalty, and survival in Southern California's gang landscape. Michael Torres, a validated La M member, faced the lethal consequences of violating the organization's strict code even while incarcerated. On July 7, 2023, Torres was fatally stabbed at California State Prison, Sacramento, by fellow inmates Juan and Ray Martinez. Serving a 133-year sentence for multiple violent offenses, Torres's death remains partly shrouded in mystery, but Lime's influence strongly suggests enforcement of internal rules played a role. His death underscores the reality that membership in La M offers power, influence, and protection, but only as long as one adheres to its rigid code. La M's enforcement mechanisms extend beyond individual members to entire rival organizations, creating a network of fear, loyalty, and retaliatory violence. The Green Light List is a chilling testament to this power. It is not merely a list of names, it is a declaration. Cross La M, and death is inevitable. From historic figures like Cheyenne Cadena to street gangs like Trurg and Maravilla, disobedience is punished swiftly and often lethally. The consequences of betrayal, failure to carry out orders, or refusal to pay tribute reverberate through communities and prisons alike, cementing La M's reputation as one of the most disciplined and feared criminal organizations in the United States. These stories reveal a broader truth about organized crime. The reach of La M stretches from the sun-soaked streets of Los Angeles to the hardened cells of California's most notorious prisons. Its legacy is built on fear, loyalty, and unflinching enforcement of its laws. Each green light, each assassination, is not just punishment, but a reminder that within this world, power is inseparable from violence. The rise and fall of individuals like Samuel Vilba, Charles Manriquez, or Michael Torres illustrates the perilous balance between influence and obedience, and the enduring consequences for those who stray from the code. Even as modern criminal organizations like Tren de Aragua challenge Liam's authority, the prison-based syndicate continues to assert dominance. With each confrontation, the organization reinforces its internal discipline and external reach, ensuring that the lessons of loyalty, fear, and retribution remain clear. Liam's story is one of calculated brutality, survival, and the unrelenting pursuit of control. A stark reminder that in the world of organized crime, every action carries consequences, and every name on the green light list is a mark of fatal inevitability. In the end, the history of Liam is not just a chronicle of violence. It is a testament to the power of an organization that commands loyalty through fear, enforces discipline through death, and leaves a mark on both individuals and entire communities. The green light list, whether aimed at a single rogue member or an entire street gang, embodies the organization's ruthless logic: respect the rules, or pay with your life.